custom functions are another one of those situations where you're just adding a huge amount of capability to what you can do. And they're not that scary, so don't get scared before we get into it. So let's talk about functions before we get into custom functions and sort of set the stage for what we're going to be talking about. We've been using functions since the very first day of class, right? The very first function we used was the print function. Print function takes whatever you give it as an argument and prints it out. Pretty simple, but a good way to understand what a function is. You may think of a function as sort of a command or a something that you can make Python do. And in fact, that is what a function does. And Python's got lots and lots of built-in functions, right? It's got functions for printing. It's got functions. We've used the type function to return a type of a variable or type of a value that we give it. We've been using the input function quite a bit, which asks the user for input and then returns that input that the user gives us. The turtle is a module in Python that has methods associated with it. A method is basically a function that belongs to an object, right? So we've been using string methods. We've been using lots and lots of things that are basically functions. But all of those so far have been functions that already exist. They're functions that are created for us. So today what I want to talk about is custom functions. Okay, so custom functions are things that you can do to create essentially your own command in Python or your own group of code that you can easily execute and you can reuse. So it gives us a lot of power, and it's a very common method of programming that allows us to simplify our code. It also allows us to simplify things like testing and debugging. Okay, so when we group complex routines or complex ideas of code into a simple command, that's what a function is, a custom function. It helps your programs to be more readable as well.